Hey YouTube, this is Legend27. I'm here to show my shoulder workout for today. So we're starting off with a 135 pounds, barbell for overhead press for 5 sets by 8. That's like what we're aiming for, and even beyond if we still have anything left in the tank. So in this first set, I do roughly 8. All right. Yep, I'm re-racking that shit. So over here we got our second set, obviously. So I think this one is by 8 as well. I might have done 9 for this set, but we'll see what happens. Um yeah, some of these reps I try to control like on the way down. It's quite some anterior pelvic tilt, but that's expected, with this movement. But you can see my rectus abdominis taking trying to flex my trunk so it doesn't tip over and injure my lower back. It's working real hard. I did a little like I just tried to push the bar. Even it didn't move obviously in the end, but I was just pushing, just squeezing out the last intensity for that. For this set, I do roughly like 8. I did pretty much 8. I took a decent amount of break in between. This is a compound. This takes a lot out of me. Just one of those movements. You know what I mean? A bunch of muscles are exhausted after this. Uh, just doing it. I'm just focusing on trying to get my form better and stuff. I use a little, some leg drive, but dude, this burns my shoulders out pretty well, and they're still pumped up right now. So for this, this is the band. This is for my rear delts. This is an isometric hold I did, and yeah, so it's actually really, really useful right now for that. I hold it for quite a bit. This is, you can see some rotator cuffs popping in. What else? Mid trap. Start the lighting and camera placement quality. I'm getting a new phone tomorrow and stuff, so it's gonna be really good. But my rear delts, you can see they're trying their best to hold it up. I'm losing, I'm losing grasp of the rubber band. I squeezed out for a pretty decent amount of time. Pretty much like 30 seconds, but it's a pretty, where I grabbed it from, it's a lot of resistance. You can see the roundness, my shoulders, pretty good, pretty decent, you know? Alright, over here so what I like to do, now is like, what I do is I do a compound movement, right? Like a big one, not, and, I do, that one for 5 sets, but then I'll do a few accessory movements after, for 2 sets to failure, with a good amount of like resistance. So, you know what I mean? Like, because like, like think about it, like, so like if I did like 3 accessory movements, alright, plus the isometrics I did, so let's say that's like a 3 by 3. Alright, so that's 9 sets of stuff. Plus 5, which is 14. 14, it's a little, a little over 10 sets of stuff. So it's quite a bit of, volume. It ain't no 20 sets, but like, I only did, that's all just for shoulders as well. That's all just for my shoulders. Um, yep. I show the anterior and, but for these, with the, for the rear delt, extensions or whatever, with the, with the resistance band, it's best to show it from the, posterior, because you can see, like, that's where all of them, it's using your pulling muscles, obviously, so it's best to show it from that way. Excuse me for the poor lighting. My all the lights in my basement don't work. It's real nice. I had to bring my lamp from my room downstairs, so I have very little lighting in my room. It's real nice. But anyways, though, see, like, if I had better, like, if you could see, like, what I'm talking about with the rotator cuffs coming in action, the middle traps, you know, a little bit of triceps for sure, but really this does smoke your, like, upper back and rear delts. And honestly, you can't really get too much upper back, so why not, Throw it in. Excuse me. Um, so for this, these are my lateral raises. So this is isometric hold I did. Um, so I placed the videos. I showed the isometric first because I just wanted to, so it gives me a little time to explain like what's going on. You can focus because it's kind of boring to watch someone like hold something still for like a minute or so. But the thing is, with isometrics, it really does like keep the contraction. It keeps it solid contraction. Really like it gets the tendons well. Like you can build real big strong tendons from this. It's just good to do. It really gives that graininess to your muscle. Gives that increases your muscle density by quite a bit. Quite a lot actually. Very famous like people have obviously used this technique, such as Bruce Lee. Very big advocate for calisthenics dudes like to use isometrics. Like you can't really go wrong with isometrics. They should be thrown in your program because, especially for tendons and ligaments, very, very, very good. Because again, they get such poor blood flow, so that constant static just forces enough blood to get into it eventually. So here's lateral raises with the 30 pounds for like by 8, by 10, whatever. But I try to go for that range, and I pretty much go for as much as I can. I'll even do partials in the end. I'll just squeeze whatever out. And for at 150 pounds, I haven't really been training that like much. I just graduated, so uh, you know, and like finishing whatever, like family coming up, whatever. You know what I mean? Like life comes in the way. Like this is how it was. Like I was just trying to graduate and stuff. I hate high school, so finally got that out of the way, and I'm glad about that. So it's pretty good. But here's another set of my lateral raises. Yeah, lateral raises. So I was thinking about doing glute raises today, but I was like, that's a little too much volume for just like for today. Like I didn't think I was gonna do a shoulder workout today. I thought I was gonna do like a leg workout or something, but today was actually shoulder day. So I was like, yeah, why not? Excuse me. So yeah, that's why lateral raises, like heavy lateral raises with proper form and stuff, like smokes your lateral, your side delts, your lateral heads. Really, real good. I'd say that's my strongest point on my shoulder is my lateral head. So yeah, here's my isometric hold for the front raise. So why the front raise? So I actually have lagging front delts. Even though I bench a lot and stuff, I actually have lagging front delts with my leverages and stuff. So focus more on my triceps and my chest. My shoulders don't really get too sore from benching. So front delts aren't really that stimulated. So I think, and trust me, one of my like, and I don't like so I have big rear delts, very big, good sized lateral, like I got just big lateral heads, but my front delts are mid. They could use more work, for definitely for sure. This is what happens when you just focus on back for the entire year and don't really equally bench. So your rear delts grow in size and stuff. So uh, but yeah, no, the isometric, like I said, same thing. Really gets that muscle working. I believe heavily in isometric. I believe they're because bro, you can go to failure for them, and as long as you go to failure, in my opinion, you're building muscle in whatever way, So you're building the muscle, you're getting it stronger in some kind of way. You're, like because once you go into failure, you're using heavier motor units. So fast twitches are eventually going to have to force. So either way, going to failure, I believe, is just the best way. Every time, no. But most of the time, yes. For sure. Any workout will get you going. But if you want like maximum, you want to like get stronger and stuff. But if you're just trying to get like your muscles like bigger and stuff too. But like I'm trying to get like really dense, like really strong looking muscles. Like I'm trying to get like muscles that are just like really detailed and whatnot. Like, cause again, the bigger, swoller dudes you can just tell like their muscles don't really like you can just tell like when like a skinnier or like middle sized dude, mid-sized guy, has muscles up. When you can see all the muscle fibers in them and stuff, and like they just, you can see like their tendons and stuff that are like, you can tell like their tendon size. You can see tendons, sure, like you just have a really strong looking body. Like you have a really developed core, like all these things. Like you just have a really like primal looking body. So that's why I like train the way I do, and it clearly works. I think it's pretty fun. I like it. Really gets the testosterone flowing. Feels good. It's good, some activity is good. I'm trying to look like Pickle from Baki. So, because we have similar proportions, we both have longer forearms and longer shins. Yep, so I don't know why my video footage is like showing some more over pressing in the end, but why not? Why not? It's good to, show it. But here's my final few sets with overhead pressing. Um, like I said, so I think this is a good idea to maybe put some compounds in too, because it's a way to remind to like, because like this does all the work. This even does your rear lets at some extent, but this really gets your front delts, mostly your front delts, and your upper chest too, working, and your core. Like a lot of like a lot of muscles are involved in this movement. This is one of the key movements that I mean, we you gotta do, because you build a huge amount of strength, huge amount of strength. So, uh, you know what I mean? So that is why I like to do like the overhead pressing, the bend over row, the bench, the squat, the deadlift. Deadlift, so you know, I mean, gets a power up. You gotta be careful. You know. So yeah, we're training like pickle. You know, I mean, I'm training neck as well. Like you know, like doing all these things. Cause bro, like minus the 8 foot, that minus the extreme height, we both have like we just have similar proportions. Like in my opinion, we have really big cat. You know, we got some good sized calves. You know, we've got big ass forearms up. They're wider than my upper arms. So yeah, but yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you.